Racha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Chaya Napash coming at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled, what did I call the title again? The tariffs is based upon the Trump tariffs and the Smoot Hawley Tariff Act of 1930, which I was looking up. And we're going to go into what these tariffs, because this is basically a trade war, what it can lead to. Because what that did, the Smoot Hawley tariffs of 1930, it deepened the Great Depression. Okay, it deepened the Great Depression. So is this what's next for America, right? When you have Trump in office, because he's moving right now very bold. Okay, the scriptures speak about a bold fellow. Let me get that real quick, and I'm going to play this video. Scriptures speak about moving with a bold fellow. This is Sirach 8 in verse 15. It says, "Travel not by the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee." Right. So soon Trump is going to be grievous to these people, even the people that voted for him. Okay. All these bold things, these major changes that he's doing. This is all signs of tyranny. That's what tyrants do. They make bold changes. You know, they drastically change, laws and things of that nature. It says, "For he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly." And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. Y'all are about to perish with Trump in his folly. And I truly believe that. I believe this is the guy to get these things going, to get the ball really rolling into the destruction of Babylon the Great. Okay? Because of his folly. All right? It says, "Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place, for blood is as nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee." Okay, let's go to the video now. All right, because Trump is a bold fellow. He's definitely a bold fellow.
Even though they know how much it's going to hurt their constituents and the country.
Let's go back.
Ron Filipkowski writes, "The silence of most Republican members of Congress on the Trump tariffs tell you two things. One, they know it's a terrible idea. Two, they are so afraid of Trump that they won't say anything, even though they know how much it's going to hurt their constituents and the country." This is a headline from the New York Times. "Canada's plan for the trade war cause pain for red states and Trump allies. Canadian officials are preparing retaliatory measures if the new U.S. administration imposes tariffs and when they do." So here's what we're learning as well, folks. The president of the trade group that oversees Canadian manufacturing operations of Honda and Toyota says that the automaker on both sides of the border will quickly shut down their assembly lines under the new tariffs. Thousands are going to lose their jobs. That will have a trickle-down effect, and thousands and more, tens of thousands of others are going to lose their job. It's going to wreak havoc on the American economy as well. And more from last night. Canadians now standing in solidarity with one another, really. Conservatives, liberals, progressives, centrists, non-political people. Canada has never been more united in its history. Mexico has never been more united. President Claudia Sheinbaum's got about an 80% approval rating. But I want to share this with you from the game in Ottawa NHL game. When the American national anthem was sung, the crowd booed. I want you to watch this. Let's play it. What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes
And bright stars through the pear.
And by the way, this is happening throughout Canada now. I know Canadian NHL players, former players, current players. I got a lot of people. We have a huge presence of the Midas Touch Network in Canada. In Canada, they want not only the national anthem of America not sung, they want all of the American flags removed.
So, so ultimately, you know, there's great hatred for Babylon the Great because of this individual. And when you read the scriptures about Babylon and Esau, I mean, Trump, he fully embodies that spirit, right? You couldn't have Kamala Harris in there. It wouldn't make sense, Kamala Harris being in there at this, you know, for the destruction of Babylon. You need to have someone that represents these Edomites, that represents Babylon, you know, and that's Trump, you know, the pride of Babylon, the hammer of the earth, you know, because he's coming in that spirit. So, you know, what these tariffs are going to do is going to mess up a lot of jobs. It's going to leave these people, you know, in a worse case than they were before. Right. But because these people are sycophants, they can't they don't care what this guy does until he goes too far. He's about to go too far. There's some of them that are already looking at him sideways, some of these Republicans. But he's about to go, they're about to see this guy's a fucking madman. Okay? This is Isaiah 19 and verse 3. It says, "And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And I will," meaning what? These people are going to lose hope. We're coming to the point where these people are getting ready to lose hope. Okay? And I'm going to, anyways. "And I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and the charmers. And to them, Salakia, and to them that have familiar spirits and the wizards." Because they're going to be so desperate for answers. They're going to go to these damn wizards, man. You know? Hold on. Take that out your mouth, man. Take that out your mouth. All right? So they're going to be seeking for the wizards. All right? Because they just want answers. All right? It says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. Oh, yeah. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts." And I truly believe that's that guy. I truly believe Trump is that guy to also bring forth, to push forth the MOTB. Okay? To come with that major tyranny, you know, that's prophesied in the scriptures. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of jobs lost, you know. Let's go to verse 14. It's going to tell you that right here in verse 14. It says, "Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." Right? So Babylon is making a lot of mistakes, and it's going to continue to make even more mistakes and even more fatal mistakes. You putting tariffs on these other people, what are they going to do? They're going to put tariffs on you. That's what happened in 1930. Okay? And you don't think these people know this? You don't think that he has advisors that know this? Come on, man. The elites are trying to bring in a major chaos. They're trying to put the squeeze on the people. Okay? They're doing this purposely. It says, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it." Man. The Lord is going to show you, man. He's going to show you he's not playing. "And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt." And then what's going to happen? Eventually, Judah's going to rouse up. Judah's going to rise up, and the tribes are going to rise up, man. "And everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he had determined against it." You see, So Judah, as soon as he's getting ready to rouse up, and who else to do it than this guy? Who else to do it than a guy who's pushing forth this racial divide, that's emboldening these Edomites to do certain things? Who else to push forth that racial tension than DJ Trump? Okay, so that's the point there. That's the point there. Okay, now let's go to what the 1930 Smoot Hawley tariff was all about. Okay, I'm going to read this. This is from ChatGPT. You see, ChatGPT is working for the prophets. All right. Salakia. Okay. It says, the Smoot Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 was a U.S. law that significantly raised tariffs on thousands of imported goods in an attempt to protect American farmers and industries from foreign competition during the Great Depression. And this had to be set up as well. This had to be a set up thing because the elites wanted a Great Depression. They wanted to put the squeeze on the people back then. And by the way, the Great Depression led to the them taking the gold of the people. Them taking the gold, right? Going back to was it FDR, okay? Them confiscating the gold, and when they got it back, it was the certificates were worth less, So it says Salakia. It says and they put it out like they're trying to protect American farmers. Well, he's putting it out like he's trying to protect America. He's trying to, we want to save America. We can't have these people just taking advantage of America. We got to step up and to the plate, which Biden wasn't doing. That Biden was a flipping character they put up there that clearly was going senile, man. It's a big joke. Of course, people are going to agree with they needed a change from Biden. I mean, bruh, they made it so that, like, come on, man. You got to get somebody else in there. That's how ridiculous, the Republicans made it. And that was done by design. It says it increased tariffs to their highest level in U.S. history, affecting over 20,000 imported goods. Okay? And it says results and consequences, because that's what I typed in to see. It says retaliation from other countries. Many countries, including Canada, France, and Britain, responded with their own tariffs on American goods. Is this not happening now? Did they not just respond with their own tariffs? Yes, they did. Mexico and Canada. And we're going to see, I'm waiting to see what Colombia is going to do and what these other places are going to do. And who else he's going to put tariffs on. Because like I said, he's a bold fellow. And it's a beautiful thing. Tawadi Yahweh Shem Yahushai for putting this man in office. Because really, I'm getting excited. Now I'm getting more happy. Because things are starting to move forward. I'm waking up more happy. All right? The men of the Lord are not happy when things are not, prophecy's not moving as fast as we would like. But hey, this is beautiful, man. This is a beautiful thing. Okay? And Canada was part of it back then. It says this hurt U.S. And so imagine if he does that with China. Oh my gosh, you guys, man. You guys don't understand, man. You American people don't understand. You guys are in for a world of hurt. You are in for a world of hurt. Okay? It says this hurt U.S. exporters. And now you guys are more dependent on consumerism now than you were before. You're way more dependent on importing products than you were in the past. So this is a major blow to the American people. It says this hurt exporters, particularly farmers who had relied on selling goods abroad. Okay, so this actually ended up hurting the farmers instead of helping the farmers. So I'm going to continue on that. But I do want to get another scripture. I do want to get another scripture. I was just thinking of something in my head. Salakia. Okay, let me continue reading. And Lord willing, it comes back to me. It says, collapse of international trade. Global trade fell by more than 60% between 1929 and 1934, worsening the global economic downturn. So it made the economy worse. Okay? What does Ecclesiastes say about the windows being darkened? It's not looking good for you. It's not looking good for Babylon at all. Okay? It's not looking good. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3, and it reads. It says, "In that day, when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Yeah, so they're gonna see soon that the things that's being done is going to lead to complete and utter turmoil. And this is all part of the plan of the elites, right? They need to bring in this major chaos so that they can bring in the change that they want. Going back to the Apostle Bar's video on the tower, they're looking for that great change. Okay, and the change that they want is the NWO. Okay, they want everyone C-hipped. Okay, it says it's like it says and the straw men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and the grinders represent the workers ceasing. Okay, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right, so it's not going to be a good time in America. You know, it's not going to be like it was in 1999. You know, a big party. Absolutely not. Okay, it's going to be a very serious, painful time. You understand? It says also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way. Well, okay, that's pretty much it. I got the point there. Okay, so the future is looking very, very dim, very grim for Babylon the Great. Okay, this right here, man, it's gonna how much jobs are gonna be lost from a trade war like this. Hey, and the scriptures speak about this man being more stout, and then eventually those horns burning him with fire. Okay, matter of fact, let's get those two scriptures. Let's get that. Let's get Daniel's. This is Daniel 7 and verse 20, and it reads, "And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell." Now, the one that came up was America, and the 3 that fell was Spain, Great Britain, and France. Okay, it says, even of that horn that had eyes, right? And it turned into what? Turned into America. It said, after it took down those 3 horns, it says, and a mouth that spake very great things. And who else embodies this than DJ Trump? This guy's talking about, I'm changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. We're taking back Panama Canal. That belongs to America. We gave that to you as a gift. This is the bold stuff that we're talking about. And him and Netanyahu, when they get together, right? And Netanyahu has a battery in his back to do what the hell he wants to do, and he makes a stupid move, and this bold fellow goes ahead and follows him. Where do you think that's going to lead the people? Into World War III. It says, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Okay? And it's just all of this. You picture Donald Trump. You picture his picture there, man. You know, we know it's speaking about Babylon. It's not speaking about an individual man, but his spirit embodies this. You know, when you look up this word Quran. I just want to look at what horns mean. Quran, a musical instrument, symbolic. You know, it represents power. Ultimately, Quran represents power. That's what it represents. The horn represents the power. I just wanted to see what it said there. So, Salaki, but the main thing I wanted to look up was stout, right? Which is Rob. It says great captain, chief, you know? And Donald Trump has that chief look in his eyes. He has, like, he's the head. You know, he has that look. He has his chin up, you know? Even the way he interacts with people, the way he shakes their hand, and you know, he has that look like I'm the Lord, I'm the chief, and that also goes into the meaning of his name, which I looked it up before, but a brother brought it to my attention again. The meaning of the name Donald. Let's see. World ruler, right? You could change world ruler for Lord, right? Oh, great chief, right? Stout, you know? So you can't tell me he doesn't embody, you know, doesn't make the scriptures jump off the page, man. You know? Thought it was exciting times before. This is, hey, man. We'll see where these tariffs lead them, man, because it's not going to be anything good for the American people. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to lead to anything good for the Babylonians. I don't know what the hell these stupid right-wing people think, but it's not going to lead to anything good for you if you have common sense. And a lot of them are starting to see that now. It says collapse of international trade. Global trade fell by more than 60% between 1929 and 1934. Worsening the global economic downfall. It says many U.S. businesses that relied on international markets suffered, leading to job losses, and it's going to lead to a lot of you smaller businesses getting taken out, because that's what the whole C-19 did. It took out them small businesses and furthered the agenda of the elites of having, you know, a few big box office stores running everything. You know, these superstores that have everything in there that they control and own. Where you people, you don't control anything. You're just workers. You're just slaves, or you just accept, universal basic income. See? Boy, oh boy. It says worsening of the Great Depression. Right, that's number 3. It says it worsened the Great Depression. People say we're pretty much in the depression now, and I agree with that. You know, but guess what? What are these things going to do? Worsen the Great Depression. That's what those tariffs did. Okay. I keep forgetting the name. The Smoot Hawley tariffs of 1930. Smoot Hawley tariffs. It says worsening of the Great Depression. Instead of protecting American jobs, the tariff led to reduced economic activity and deepened the Great Depression. It says, see, it says unemployment soared and businesses struggled as they faced both declining domestic demand and lost export markets. And which businesses do you think is going to fail? You think Walmart is going to fail? You think Walmart's going to be the ones that's affected like that? Or Kroger's, any of these big name box stores? You think those are the ones that are going to be at risk the most? No, it's going to be you regular mom and pop shops, the middle class that they're trying to wipe out. It says long term, and even you so-called people that's known as rich, if you're not part of those major, major stores, you're gonna be heavily affected. It says long-term shift in trade policy. It says the economic damage from Smoot Hawley led to a shift in U.S. trade policy. Okay, it led to a shift in U.S. trade policy. Okay. By the late 1930s, the U.S. started lowering tariffs and promoting trade agreements, eventually leading to the creation of institutions like the World Trade Organization after World War II. Anyway, so it says the key takeaway is the Smoot Hawley tariff was intended to protect American jobs, but instead triggered global retaliation, which they knew what they were doing. It said reduced. Oh, you don't think Trump knew that it was going to do the same thing as the Smoot Hawley tariffs? You don't think he knew that? It says reduced trade and worsened the Great Depression. It's often cited as a historical lesson on the dangers of protectionist trade policies. There we go. So there's dangers in protectionist trade policies, but he's ignoring all of these red flags to do what he wants to do because he's a bold fellow, man. He doesn't give a damn. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Okay? And when these Edomites find out that Trump is working for the elites and that he's not for their turn, oh, those good old boys, them down south Edomites, they're gonna get buck wild, man. Okay, they're gonna get buck wild. Let's go to let's go straight to 2nd Ezra, man. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, there's gonna be race wars, okay? There's gonna be civil wars. There's gonna be class wars. Whatever all them wars are gonna come, okay? The division, the hatred amongst people. All right, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Like I said, once these good old boys and these Edomites that voted Trump thinking he was going to bring America back and make it great again, when they find out he's a fraud and he's not for them, but he's against them, okay, and against the people, all right, they're going to lose it because that was their last hope. Their last hope was Trump. Okay? Their last hope was Trump, literally. And when they have no hope left, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to revert back to the original Edomite. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And I can see this guy mentioning the Hebrews, like, we got to get these sick bastards out. We got to get these crazy deranged people off of the streets. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I can see him saying that, man. He says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy these evil anti-Sems. We gotta get rid of them. He says, a man shall not have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's what's coming, man. great tribulation is coming for you, you people. Okay? When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom.